Hi everyone. In this video, I'm going to talk about the difference between editing and formatting data, and I'm also going to demonstrate the three ways that we can format data in an Excel worksheet. So, editing refers to changes in what your data says or means. Formatting refers to changes in how your data looks. Now, there are basically three ways that you can change how your data looks. You can format your data manually, which means you highlight a range of data and then you navigate to where the tools are that you want to use, and then you click on the options that you want. Cell styles are preset styles that include font style, size, color, and also borders and shading. Cell styles are named, and the way they work is you highlight the range of data you want to apply them to. You navigate to the cell styles drop arrow on the home tab, and then you just point and click on the cell style that you'd like. Now, a workbook theme is another way to format your data. Workbook themes are applied to the whole workbook rather than a selected range of cells. The way you use them is you go to the Page Layout tab, click on the Themes drop arrow, and then just point and click on the one that you'd like. So I'm going to navigate out of this presentation and go to my Learning Files workbook on the Formatting tab and demonstrate the tools that we just talked about. So first, I'd like to demonstrate cell styles. So I said we highlight the cells that we want to apply the style to. So I'm going to apply the style to A1 and B1. From my Home tab, I click on the Styles drop arrow. And then I notice I have different categories of styles. Find the one that I want and point and click. So I'm going to go with heading 1. The next range I'm going to work with is A2 through B8. And for that, I'm going to use the cell style 60% accent 1. And the last range I'm going to work with is A9 through B9. And for this, I'm going to use the total cell style. And there it is. So remember, with cell styles, you have to highlight the range of data you want to apply them to, and then just select from the options available. Now, next, I'm going to talk about workbook themes. And as I said earlier, a workbook theme is applied to the whole workbook, as opposed to a selected range like we just did with cell styles. So to get to workbook themes, you click on the Page Layout tab. Nothing needs to be highlighted or selected. You have this themes group on the left-hand side. If you click the themes drop arrow, all the available themes are displayed. Themes include font style, a color set, and also special effect options that are applied to any objects that are in your spreadsheet. So things like pictures, charts, and graphs. I'm going to go with the WISP theme. So here it is here, point and click, and I can see the change immediately. Okay, let's say I like the WISP theme, but I'm not crazy about the colors. I can modify it by clicking on this colors drop arrow and making a different selection. So I'll go with the blue-green. And let's say I also want to change my font style. I can click the font style drop arrow, and this time I'll go with Arial. And notice that's applied throughout my spreadsheet now. Okay, it wasn't just applied to the open sheet or to a selected cell. It's applied to the entire workbook. Now, the last way that we can format data is manually. So that also requires us to select the data we want to apply the style to. So let's say I want to apply it to everything I have here, A1 through B9. I highlight my data. I'm going to navigate to the Home tab because that's where my options are. Now in this case, I want to apply a border all around each cell in that range. So I'm going to choose all borders. Let's see, I'm also going to bold A2 through B8. So I select it. I can click my bold. And A9 and B9, I'm going to give that a light red background color. So if I go there, I'll click this color. And let's apply some number formatting to B2 through B9. So I've selected it. On my Home tab, I have this number group. I'm going to apply the accounting number format, which is $signs with a decimal value. Now notice when I selected that, I have hashtags in a couple of my cells. That's because my column width is not wide enough to display all the data. So I just had to click and drag to display it. Right? I'm also going to further modify my number formatting by decreasing my decimal points. So I'm going to click this decrease decimal 2 times. And that just gives me dollar value for my numbers. Okay, so that was manual formatting. Now let's say I spent some time manually formatting a range of data. Let's say I want to create a really cool looking title. Okay, so I select it. Let me apply some formatting to it. I'll do the red background. I'll make it bigger. I'll make it a size 18. And I'll change the formatting style to, let's do this one. Okay, so let's say that's really important to me and I want to save it so that I can apply it to other ranges of data. Okay, but I don't want to go through the task of manually highlighting and selecting. I could create my own cell style. Okay, the way you do it is create the style manually, like I just did. And then if you go to your styles drop arrow and you choose new cell style, you can name your style. So I'll name it Trisha. Name it after me. Hit OK. So now it'll show up in my custom styles. So here's the Trisha style. So if I want to apply that to something else, let's say on my enrollment worksheet, I want to apply that style to my OutSchool class title. I can click there and apply the Trisha style.